Good morning. So I wanted to share just another interesting situation that took place at one of the workshops I was doing, and it really talks about the power of our mind and what we say to ourselves. So I was doing a group workshop, and we were talking about the power of words and our internal dialogue, and you know how we talk to ourselves and what we believe about ourselves and the belief systems that we adopt. And I asked somebody to give me an example of their internal dialogue around something that they know doesn't serve them. So this girl stood up and she said, "Well, I'm bad at math." And I said, "Well, why are you bad at math? Like what makes you say you're bad at math?" And she proceeded to tell me how she's in honors math and AP math and she's really struggling. And I looked at her and I said, "Okay, well, you know, do you really believe you're bad at math?" She goes, "Oh, I'm terrible at math." And I said, "Well, how can that be? You're in AP and honors math. Who gets put in AP and honors math if they're not good at math?" And she said, "Well, I'm just really not doing well. I'm having a really tough time." And I said to her, "Well, you may be struggling and it might be challenging." I go, "And that's okay. But that doesn't mean you're bad at math. If you keep saying you're bad at math, you're going to convince yourself that you're bad at math. But factually, you're not bad at math. You're in honors math. You're in AP math. You're not bad at it. It's challenging." I said, "But if you acknowledge that it's challenging, acknowledge that it's a struggle, but also acknowledge, hey, I'm good at math. I'm just in this really difficult class that I'm taking, right? Because it's way more challenging than the regular math everybody else is taking." You'd recognize, like, okay, I'm not bad at it. This is just hard. But that changes your whole mindset, right? Because now you can approach it from a place of, all right, this is difficult. I know this is a bit of a challenge, but I can do this. Versus I'm bad at this and just giving up from the start. So, I know it's like a simple, short little story there, but it's just the idea of how we think, right? And that's how our teens think about so many things, right? Like this girl just absolutely attributed her bad scores or her she wasn't even failing actually. She was just not getting 90s, right? Which is what she's used to getting. So she was getting in the mid 80s in honors and AP math. So that's another part of the story. Probably should share there at the beginning, right? But the idea of that, you know, she goes to I'm bad at it. Like her mindset automatically went to I'm bad at math. Didn't think for a second, I'm not really bad at math. This is just hard. And I'm actually doing okay. I'm just not doing as well as I've done in the past in my other subjects or in other math classes I took, right? But instead of recognizing that she stepped up and took a challenge and, put herself out there to try to achieve something that's much, much harder than what everybody else is out there trying to achieve, she just viewed herself as bad. And it literally changed the way she thought about the class. We got back together a couple weeks later because this was a 6-week workshop. And amazingly, she was doing great. Her scores went up. Her confidence went up. Her whole body language changed when I was talking to her about it. So it just shows you the power of what we think, our internal dialogue. If we don't believe in ourselves or we convince ourselves that we're not good at something, it does manifest and it does show up in how we're being in that particular scenario or around that area. But if we're able to just kind of take a step back and take that 30,000-foot view and say, all right, you know what, like, let me look at this realistically. I'm not doing that bad. I wouldn't be in this class if I was bad. This is just hard, and I just need to look at it that way, do the best I can, and know that I'm here for a reason, and everything's going to be okay. When you go in with that mindset, it changes everything. So, food for thought. I thought it was a great little story, and it's a true story, and the best stories are the true ones. Have an awesome day.